You want to know how many men she's been with before you? And you've been told that makes you insecure, controlling, retrograde? Let's set that aside. The question is legitimate. The problem isn't the question, it's that nobody's given you an honest answer about how to find it. This isn't really about a number, is it? It's about whether her relationship with intimacy looks anything like yours. Whether she treats it as something given freely or something guarded. Whether what she's building her life toward points in the same direction you're pointing yours. That's a values question, a compatibility question. And men who've been through enough bad relationships know the difference between a woman whose choices reflect a life built around something and a woman whose choices reflect nothing more than whatever felt good at the time. You're not pathological for caring about that. You're paying attention. So you try to screen for it. And here's where most men go wrong. Not because they're foolish, but because the advice they've been handed is the wrong tool entirely. You can't screen for it by asking. Not because she'll lie, though some will, but because the question, asked directly, tells you almost nothing useful and poisons everything else. You can't screen for it by reading her social media. Curated images are curated. You're reading a press release. You can't screen for it with a calculated litmus test, watching her reaction and trusting your gut. Your gut, in that moment, is flooded with attraction. It is not a reliable instrument. These are interrogation tactics, and this was never an interrogation problem. Seneca said, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." A woman whose life has no center, no community, no conviction, no thing she holds as more important than her own comfort, she's told you everything you need to know, and she hasn't said a word. That's where the whole approach has to shift. You've been trying to read the fruit after you've already bought the tree. A woman's past isn't a fact she'll hand you on a third date. It's written in the life she's built, the people she keeps, the things she treats as sacred. You don't screen for it. You learn to read soil before you plant. So what are you actually reading for? Whether she has something she'd refuse to compromise, a belief, a practice, a standard she applies to herself before she applies it to anyone else. Whether the people closest to her are people she's chosen because they're good or because they're convenient. A woman's inner circle tells you more about her character than anything she'll say about herself on a first date. And her relationship with time. Does she treat the future as something worth protecting? A woman who's lived entirely in the present tense, who's never thought much beyond the next season, that's not a mystery, that's a pattern. And patterns, unlike answers, don't lie. None of this requires a confrontation. None of it requires a script. It requires you to slow down and look at what's already visible, rather than hunting for a confession that was never going to come in the form you wanted. You can learn to read soil perfectly and still be standing in a desert. The method matters, but so does the field. The environment you're searching in, the social ecosystem, the dating pool, the places and contexts where you're meeting women, that shapes your odds more than any screening tactic you could deploy. You can have the sharpest eye in the world and still come up empty if you're only looking in places where what you're looking for doesn't grow. The women you're looking for exist. That's not false comfort, it's just true. But they're not evenly distributed. And in the next video, I'll show you where the field is.